All right, so let's see, how would we do a problem like this? Talk to me. Yeah, go ahead. Negative 14. Philip, what should I do with the 20? What should I do with that? 20 breaks down to what times what? Do what? 5 and what? 5 and 4? I agree. And 4 breaks down to 2 and 2. Does everyone agree? That's how I'd get 20. So 5 times 2 times 2. So realize I'm going to put everything underneath the radical. Everyone feel comfortable with that? And the reason why I'm not multiplying 20 and 40 together right now is that's going to give me 800. I don't feel like breaking 800 down today. You all feel comfortable with me stating that? Then I'm going to break 40 down. Yeah, we're going to break 40 down to 20 times 2. And then 20, we know that breaks down to 5 times 4. And we know that that's 2 and 2. So this times this, that's a 2, times this, and times this. So I get 1, 2, 3, and a 5. What am I looking? Now that I have everything broken down to its very, very smallest prime stuff. Group them. I'm looking for pairs. And it doesn't matter what order they're in. So like I say, I have these two here. So right now that's going to give me a 2 outside. And then I'm going to say, well, I have these as well. And then I also have the 5s. So I have that outside. So friends, what does it appear is left under the radical? Just a 2. Everyone agree? Okay. And then I'm not going to sit there and try and multiply that all out. I'm going to go negative 14 times 2 times 2 times 5. And that gives me, and I wouldn't, because I made this up off the cuff, I wouldn't necessarily give you an answer this big. I mean, granted, you're allowed to use a calculator, but does everyone feel comfortable how we got that? Is everybody comfortable why there's a negative sign? And everyone feels good about why the 2 is left behind? Any questions there? Dan, you good? Yeah, baby. All right, so let's take that kind of idea and let's go a little bit further with it. Let's say we had, I don't know, 8x to the 4th, y to the 3rd times, make this negative again, 3x y to the 5th. Okay. Item 1, is this problem going to be positive or negative? It's going to be negative. I have a negative sign here, so there's a negative sign here. Now let's put everything underneath the radical and break it down. Okay. So 8 breaks down to what? Maddox, what is it? 2 and 4, and 4 breaks down to? So I have, for 8 breaks down to 2 times 2 times 2. Agree? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And then I have this other 3 hanging out here. And then how many x's do we have between the two? Yeah, there's 5. So how should I break x to the 5th? How should I break that down so I have a perfect square? Yeah. So I have that, right? And the reason I want to make sure I have an even exponent is if I take the square root of an even exponent, it would just take half of it. Agree? And then the y, I have y to the 8. Hey, is that a perfect square as it sits? Yeah, 8's an even number, okay? All right. So now we're looking for how many of a kind on the numbers? 2. So remember that negative comes down, so I get a 2 outside because 2 times 2 is 4 squared, and 4 is 2. What's the square root of this? X squared. What's the square root of this? Y to the 4th. I'm with you. I knew what you're talking about. All right. So my friends, what do I have left underneath? Go ahead. Okay, when I take the square root of this, I take half of the exponent. Okay, that's why I want to make it an even number, because you can take half of an even number, right? I lost train of thought. Oh, what do I have left underneath? Go ahead, Phil. 6x, agree. You have the 2 and the 3 and the x, so 2 times 3. So there's that problem all worked out. Any questions on that? So I've just done two problems that have a negative component with it. So why I'm doing that is I want you to realize that you might have one of your parts having a negative. That would make the whole problem negative. What if both parts were both negative and negative going in? What does the answer have to be? Bless you. Positive, okay? Now, what if we had something like this? We did these yesterday. Let's say we had 7 square root 3. I don't want a radical on the bottom, right?
You times root 3 on both sides.
Yeah, I'm going to multiply root 3 on both top and bottom. So 7 times root 3 is 7 root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is root 9. What's root 9, friends?
9
Is 3. Then you have to take a look. Is outside and outside, can I reduce them?
No.
Not in this case. So 7 root 3 over 3 is my final answer. Okay, yeah.
Wait, can you just not multiply the bottom like by 3?
Oh, no, so you're going to skip this step here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah. If you see it that way, please, please, please do it. Okay? Cool, that's a great observation. I like that. Let's see what else. Let's do one that we could reduce. Let's say we have 8 over, let's go square root of 10. Is it 10 okay? I didn't want to do 2 because I have one similar to that on the test. All right. Hey, what should I multiply top and bottom by, friends? Root 10. So on top, I'm going to get 8 root 10. Hey, Sarah, what do I get on bottom?
5.
No,
Or, sorry,
10. So on bottom, I'd get root 100. And if you see it like Sarah does, you could say, well, I'm going to go from here right to here, and I know that's a 10. So now, my friends, can I reduce 8 and 10 because they're both outside the radical?
Yeah.
What number goes into both 8 and 10? 2. So I get 4 root 10 on top over 5, and it's done. Okay? Yes? So to do this to this, as long as this, if you're multiplying the exact same thing, yes. Now, I want you to caution you on that. Let's say I had, no, I'm not even going to say that. As far as what I have taught you, if you follow what I'm doing, that's going to work. Later, not today, later, I'm going to show you another way, show you a way sometimes it might be a smidge faster. But if you feel comfortable with this, that concept, jump right there all day long. Okay? Yeah.
What if my question is 8 root 8?
8
over root 8, would it be?
Ooh.
How would that work out?
Oh, yeah, let's take a look at that.
Be root 8 again?
What was is this what you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Multiply top and bottom by root 8. So on top that gives me 8 root 8 over root 64. Root 64 is 8. And then, yeah, oh, look at that. It would just come out to root 8. Yeah. And then, now here's the silly. Root 8. We don't have any of these on the test that are like this. That what you have to do. That breaks down to 4 times 2, which would have given me 2 root 2 for an answer. But I'm not going to have us have that extra step. I was just going based on your example. So that's a good question. All right, friends, do you feel comfortable with this? There's a homework assignment, number 4, that is due on Monday, yes? It's only one side. So if you go and you load it and you're like, there's nothing on the back page. I know. Sometimes we have a blank. Okay? Cool? So my friends, if you need to borrow a calculator, you can come grab one. No, you can't use your phone. And let's establish a couple of problems that we might want to refer to. Let's say we had there's one here, there's one here. One of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. All right, let's see. This is going to go x to the 7th, y to the 3rd.
Mine's so old. He's ancient.
You're going to make it cry calling it old.
It is old.
All right.
It's 15 problems.
Yeah. And the bonus question makes 16.
Okay. I think it's missing a battery.
Nope. That was just ergonomically how they designed it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I cleared out all the answers.
Oh, yeah, I can tell.
All right, so there's just a couple problems. So I put this here. Can this reduce? And I'm pointing to the outside, and then I put nope in this case. You might have one that could reduce. Okay, so might reduce. So that's one problem. This is a second problem by itself. Does that make sense? All right, I'm gonna stop recording now.